Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let it take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome to Wisconsin Family. I'm Janet Cresson.
Yeah, and I'm Rich Reynolds, making the rounds off of the sports news. I hosted real estate news recently, so I'm just getting all over 57 here lately.
Yeah, Rich,
so.
what are you doing here today?
Yeah, so I'm filling in for Justin. Justin's on vacation, so he asked me to fill in. I said, absolutely. I haven't done this show in like 6 months, and they didn't fire me afterwards, so I figured I'd give it another shot. So this is pretty exciting. Then I heard it was like Bachman pools, spas, and saunas, and I'm like, absolutely I want to come here because, you know, there's always a chance that we can like go and get in a spa.
Boy, the deal just keeps getting better.
Right? I know.
Well, if you think this is great, they actually have a place up north. We're going to take a look at it later. Actually go there up in Castle Rock Lake, Wisconsin. This is central Wisconsin. They have a place they call the Stay Spa. So it's, I can't remember, 3 bedrooms, has hot tubs, it has a sauna, it has a massage rooms where a therapist will come and then leave. So you can get these great services and then just stay.
Gorgeous. Have you ever been to Castle Rock Lake?
Just to look at their place.
For that, yeah. It is the 4th largest lake in Wisconsin. I know this because my parents lived on that lake for about 22 years.
Oh, wow.
It's not like on the lake, like, you know, next to the lake, you know. But
I got
yeah,
that.
yeah, and so, yeah, it's gorgeous. And it's just a big, huge lake and a lot to explore. And it's pretty, you know, summer, winter, and a relaxing type of place to go. So, yeah, very interesting stuff.
It really is. I actually read someone's complaint online about the place. They said it was so great indoors that nobody wanted to go out. They had jet skis and they had, you know, all this other stuff they could do, and nobody wanted to go out because the place was so great. But anyway,
great, yeah.
you'll get to actually take a look yourself. Who else are we talking with? Jo Jean Rettram from Dance, Wisconsin.
Talk some dance. Yeah, kind of excited about that.
She is the icon in Madison when it comes to dance for little ones and the young at heart.
Yeah.
Also bridal. Can you believe it's bridal season?
I can't wait to talk bridal.
No, Justin usually does.
You're right.
Anyway, we have Rosemary Williams. She's with Premier Couture. They're out in Cambridge, but she'll be right here talking to us next. We'll be right back.
'Cause every day is a new day. 'Cause every day is a new day.
And welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We've been filming today at Bachman's Pools, Spas, and Saunas, and we have a special treat for you. The owners of Bachman's here have the Stay Spa, a place up north that we'll actually go to and take a look and chat with them a little bit later about. You don't want to miss it, it's pretty cool. Right now, we're talking bridal. Yes, bridal season is upon us, so to speak. Joining us is Rosemary Williams. She's the owner of Premier Couture. That's a little bridal boutique out in Cambridge. Thanks for coming today.
It's my pleasure.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, and to you too.
So, bridal season, really?
Yes, it is. It is totally upon us, well upon us. And it starts with, this is when bridal shows are. The biggest bridal show in Madison is this middle of the month. And
Of February?
Of January.
January, okay.
Yep. Like right off the top of my head, I'm not remembering the dates. It's really sad. Too deep in the getting prepared for it to actually remember the date of it. I'm guessing brides feel that way sometimes while they're planning their weddings and they're in the middle of it and they have that moment where they're like, what's the date? Yeah, they remember the date. But yeah, it's the beginning, it's exciting, and it's a fun time in women's life, a time of celebration, and we can't wait.
I've actually, I've been to one of these bridal shows, or I've actually been to a few. Sometimes you can get kind of lost in them. There's DJs, there's people doing food.
There's a lot.
Yeah, how do you stand out? How do you connect with your guests at something
Oh
like that?
gosh, that is such a great question. And it's something that we revisit all the time to make sure that we do. And really what it boils down to is just trying to bring a piece of who we are in our store to the show itself. And so we bring our personality, we bring our philosophy, and we bring lots of gorgeous dresses to make sure, first of all, that they never have to wonder what we do. So they will be presented with an amazing array of dresses, and the atmosphere, even in the booth that we have there, will be an atmosphere of celebration, of fun, of positivity, because that is what we do in our store as well. It is a time of transition in a woman's life, and she needs to be cared for and celebrated. And so that is what we do there. So you'll see happy faces, and you'll see beautiful dresses, and hopefully a welcoming environment.
So you've got the eye candy out to draw them.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Do they get to try things on?
Not at the store, or not at the show. It really is about a time to meet and greet. Like you said, there is so much there.
Right.
And trying on a gown is it's really very special. And so it's not something that you would ever want to just do on a whim. In fact, that's one of the things that I would recommend for people when they are trying to find their dress, is to be choosy about when they go. Sometimes people will pop in and say, oh, I just want to check it out. And then they end up being surprised by finding the dress that they fall in love with. And then they don't have the right people with them because it was just on a whim. And they're like, oh my gosh, my sister would just like kill me if I bought this dress without her here, right? So one of the things that we recommend when people shop for a dress is to make sure that they have the right people with them, so that they don't, when inevitably they are surprised, because they always are. Even though they are there to shop for a gown, they are surprised when they succeed. It is the funnest thing to witness. It's kind of like when you find your fiance. A lot of times people aren't looking for a fiance, they're surprised by that, right? They're surprised by finding that person they want to spend the rest of their life with. Even if they've done it on a dating website, they're still surprised by success. Right. So it's good to be prepared for surprise. I know that probably sounds counterintuitive, to prepare for the unexpected. It totally is, but it happens over and over again. I had no idea I would find the dress of my dreams this day, and it's fun to see.
So that's a good tip. Plan a little bit ahead about who you want with
Absolutely.
you. What are some of the other tips you have for brides that are trying to think about getting their dress?
Sure. I would say to be open when you are there to different styles, to concentrate on the feel of the wedding that you want, to concentrate on the look and not the details. Like, if you are able to achieve the look that you want, in the end, will it matter to you whether that was with organza or chiffon? Probably not. But sometimes people we shop for gowns sometimes the way we shop for other things, like a spa, where you're looking at details and specifications. A bridal gown is about connecting with who you are. It's about expressing yourself. And so those details aren't always the most important thing. It's really the overall feel and look that you want to achieve. So just to be open, the stylist is there to help you, and to help you connect with what connects with you. So it's a synergistic thing.
Rosemary, are you one of those stylists then that helps?
I am occasionally. I actually have a wonderful staff of stylists that spend most of the time with the brides. I get to kind of be that person who comes and gets to participate a little bit in all of the different appointments going on while I'm there. So that's kind of fun for me. But there are times when I am one of the stylists on the floor, and it's really, really fun, especially when a woman finds that she feels beautiful in reality for sometimes the first time. And that's really special to be a part of that.
I always like my place in it of being a man and being the groom. All I had to do was show up at the wedding. That was
show up at the wedding and be appreciative of what you see and to love. That's right.
Another good tip from Rosemary Williams.
Right. That's right.
Premier Couture is out in Cambridge, just a short drive away. If you have other questions, they have a great FAQ page on their website you might want to check out as well. We're Wisconsin Family, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're on South Stoughton Road at Bachman's Pools, Spas, and Saunas, and we have a treat for you today. We're going to actually head up to Castle Rock, Wisconsin, and take a look at their stay spa. They say, why go for a day when you can stay?
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool. You'll want to stick around and learn about that. But right now, we're meeting with Jo Jean Ruttram. She's with Monona Academy of Dance and Dance Wisconsin. Welcome and Happy New Year, Jo Jean.
Happy New Year.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
What's going on with the new year for you at Monona Academy of Dance?
Well, we just finished our Nutcracker, and I mean, it was a wonderful performance. We had one of our former dancers as our guest artist, Maggie Batterman, and she did such a lovely job. And we had some new sets that we made. It was our 41st year, so it was very exciting. We had the best audiences ever. So it was a very special year. I was very pleased.
Excellent. You mentioned 41st year, so happy anniversary.
Yeah.
Any special events planned around the anniversary for you then?
Well, we did more last year in our 40th.
Okay.
Because this year I'm focusing, our studio is celebrating 70 years. So now I have to gear up toward that and do some events and things like that for, you can't imagine how many people we've taught and worked with over 70 years.
I think that's got to be so gratifying to have a student come back, and like this one did for the Nutcracker, and maybe even have students' children start entering your classes.
Oh yeah, I do that already. It's like the other day, one of my former students was sitting there and her little girl was taking class, and I need another teacher. So I go, hey, how would you like to teach a class while your daughter is taking class? She goes, oh, that would be cool. I'm going, yes.
Very nice. You got some new classes then going on. Can you tell us about
Yeah,
those?
we're starting some ballroom classes up again, and we have some yoga classes and Pilates classes starting, trying to fit in more adult classes, because I always feel that adults don't really think about themselves. They're always, you know, let's get our child into something. But as an adult, you need to, you know, do something for yourself too. Make yourself feel good, because if you feel good, you make everybody else feel good.
I would even think ballroom and doing something as a couple is kind of a nice way to connect, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Especially when it's a little cold
Yeah,
outside.
right.
Yeah, you can just hug each other a little bit.
In your
Not wrong with
ballroom classes, I'm curious, are the students young couples that are going to have a wedding, or just
Usually older couples who just really like to get out and do something. I'm really trying to reach out to people who want to go to the Frosty Ball, because we went last year and I couldn't believe how many people didn't know how to dance. And it's like you have really cool music and, you know, they don't know what to do. And it's just so much more fun if you know some steps.
It really is. I can vouch for that. When I was in college, my boyfriend and I took ballroom dancing as one of the classes at the University of Wisconsin. And I loved it because when we did go to weddings, we knew what to do.
Right.
I maybe taught you. I taught a course there at the university.
Oh, maybe.
It was quite a while ago.
Maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah, no, I think that's an excellent way to do it. My wife and I recently went to a wedding, and the one dance that I know how to do is called swing dance. And so we were out there, and I was amazed at how many people are like, wow, you really know how to dance. I'm like, I know one dance, you know? and we do this one over and over again, but it looks really cool. So, I just think that's a great way for couples to get together, do something together, and really kind of show off a little bit then when they get a chance. So, yeah, that's very neat.
Well, your secret is safe with us.
Yeah,
and
okay, not
everyone
anymore,
watching.
yeah.
Dance Wisconsin, let's clarify what that is. That's a nonprofit organization,
Right.
so separate from Monona Academy
Correct.
of Dance, and you're the director of Dance Wisconsin. So what's going on with Dance Wisconsin for 2018?
We are doing, bringing back Peter Rabbit's ballet, which I haven't done since 6 years ago.
How do you choose what to bring back or what to
Well,
do?
a lot of it sort of depends on, you know, which dancers, especially the older dancers that I have. If I have someone who can do lead roles, you know, then I gear us more toward doing like Coppelia or Sleeping Beauty, things like that. But Peter's Rabbit's ballet, it's all the Beatrice Potter stories, and you know, a lot of the young children, I'm trying to introduce them to dancing, and this way you introduce reading and movement and music. The music was composed by the late David Lewis Crosby, who was, you know, the conductor of the chamber orchestra for a long time. Music is just so delightful, so much fun. It's very colorful, lots of costumes.
I feel like there's history involved,
Yeah.
not just the dance itself. And of course, there's the whole mental and discipline, I guess, that's involved with the youngsters starting dance.
Yeah, you talked about the history of dance. So what about the future of dance? How is dancing evolving then right now, and where do you fit in with that future then?
Well, I mean, we're doing a lot of contemporary work too. A lot of my choreographers and teachers, I really started training when they were young, and it's very gratifying to have them come back and choreograph and do things, and they just do an amazing job. I have several of my teachers that are just really, really good at choreographing and trying new things. We even have a water ballet where one of my teachers' husbands built like sort of like this trough, and then we put water in it, and the kids get in there and they splash and dance through it, and it's really amazing. Nice. It's really cool, and I'm hoping we'll be able to do it. We're hosting a festival, a dance festival, the end of May at the university. So I'm hoping that piece will get chosen so that we can share that. It's really innovative and fun.
Always so much going on with you,
Yeah.
Joe. Well, for the young or the young at heart, you can hustle on down the street. They're just down the street on
Yeah.
South Stoughton Road and waltz through their doors.
Yes.
All right. We have more Wisconsin Family for you. We'll be right back.
'Cause every day is a new day. 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We are so excited because, as promised, we took a little day trip up here to Castle Rock Lake, and we are at the Stay Spa. And we're joined now by Fred and Kaya Bachman, also of Bachman's Pool Spas and Saunas. Thanks for having us up here, guys.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
This is an amazing place. We got a chance to take a little bit of a tour before the camera started rolling. But Fred, I'm wondering if, well, maybe the two of you could kind of explain where the concept of the Stay Spa came from.
Well, when Kai and I have been lucky enough to travel, she talked me into going to a day spa. And I know it's a little, a little fluffy for a guy, maybe, but I ended up
Not at all.
I ended up kind of liking it. And long story short, we invested in some condos up here and needed to come up with a concept to rent them out.
Right.
Because condo investments weren't so great 10 years ago.
Right.
People might know that, but so we came up with a concept called the Stay Spa. It's got all of the amenities of a day spa
Right.
that you go to, but the services come to you.
Wow.
And you get to stay. It's got 2 gorgeous master suites that overlook the lake and 2 other big bedrooms, and sleeps up to 14 people, and it's a really great retreat for people.
Huge, huge.
And this is only an hour to an hour and a half out of Madison, so it's close enough but far enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like it is a getaway for sure.
Yeah, it really does, and it's really relaxing up here, especially midweek. It's just any time of year. It's gorgeous.
Well, let's talk about some of the services that come to you when you come to the Stay Spa.
You go ahead.
Yeah, so my sister-in-law, Fred's sister, Deb, she was trained actually in Japan with shiatsu.
Okay.
She does massage therapy. She does yoga up here. We also have estheticians that come here. So when you're here, we have a massage room, a facial room, and a spa room, which you'll be able to see. And they come to you, they give you the services, and then they leave. So you get to enjoy the rest of the day, the rest of the week here.
I gotta say, that sounds fantastic because I think many of us have had some kind of service and then you have to drive yourself home and you lose that ooey gooey feeling. And here you have fireplaces and cozy sofas and all the amenities and maybe even a bathrobe and slippers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and a gourmet kitchen. I mean, this place rents out a lot over the holidays, especially Thanksgiving. We've a lot of returning guests. That it's well equipped. All the pots,
Right.
pans, utensils that you could imagine that you'd have at home are here and provided for you.
Yeah, this is an amazing kitchen. I mean, you literally have everything here, and it's all, I mean, it all appears to be state-of-the-art from my eye. Anyway.
I actually read a review online where someone said that they were very good in the kitchen and they usually take all their kitchen utensils with them when they rent a condo. And when they got here, they were like, everything you could possibly need is here.
Yeah.
So that's quite a statement to
Yeah.
say, I'd say.
So let's talk about some of the amenities that are available, you know, outside of these walls, because I know that location-wise, I mean, you couldn't get a better location. If you, by the way, if you see me like kind of looking off in the distance, it's because I'm looking across Castle Rock Lake right now, right outside these huge patio doors. But talk to us a little bit about some of the amenities that are available, things that people can do outside of these walls.
Sure. Well, one of the great things, especially coming up, we get a lot of couples that come up. We've come up here with our friends, and the guys can either go golfing, fishing, snowmobiling, kayaking, you can go on the trail, hiking, whatever, and the girls can stay back, get pampered. If you want to go out and do some shopping, go down to the Dells, it's a 20-minute drive. So there's a lot of different things to do around the area. There's other local bars around, restaurants that you can go to and check out too. Rent a boat if you wanted to rent a boat.
And in great weather, the beach is literally right next
there.
to us. Yeah. Right next door. It couldn't be any closer,
Yeah,
really.
it's perfect.
It does sound perfect. Just about something for everyone.
What is your favorite part? I'm just curious because you guys spend some time up here. Personally, what is your favorite part about coming up here?
Well, for me, it's all the activities. You know, on weekends, it's in the summertime especially, it's a really fun place to be.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, just all the amenities here. we've had people stay up here, and there's so much to do out on the lake in the summertime, and in the winter, snowmobiling, ATVing.
Sure.
But I've had people come up here and they say they don't ever want to leave the place because you've got the hot tub, a cold plunge, a eucalyptus steam suite.
Yeah.
And we invested a lot of money in the mattresses.
Oh, the mattresses? Oh my God, we haven't even talked about that.
Kai even tells me the mattresses here are better than one we have at home. And that's kind of a problem.
Yeah, gives you incentive to come up here, I guess, once in a while.
You really get, it's relaxing. It's just really relaxing.
I have to say that was actually a complaint I read online, is that they had some of your guests had great weather, and they had boats and jet skis, and nobody wanted to leave this place because they were just enjoying it so much.
I end up doing that too.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about how does somebody go about reserving this place, this space?
Stayspa.com.
Okay.
I'm amazed you got that domain name, by the way. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I had to pay a little bit for it, not a lot.
It wasn't terrible, but it also came with the concept of, how are we going to create something? What's going to click?
Right.
I know it sounds a little corny, but it says, our slogan is, why go for a day when you deserve to stay?
Yeah,
Deserve
it's
to stay.
perfect. Yeah. So, just following up on Justin's inquiry, they can go to stayspa.com, and that's the preferred method.
Yeah, they can go to the website. The calendar.
Availability calendar is there.
The
You can
rates.
see what dates are available. There's seasonal rates. We have a lot of girls' weekends retreats. Where there's a dozen women that get together, pool their money, and it's very affordable.
Right.
And they come in the spring and the fall when the rates are less expensive. We do have a 2-night minimum stay during spring, fall, winter. In the summer, there's a 3-night minimum stay.
Okay.
But yeah, in spring and fall, it books up on weekends often. Sure. But if you come midweek, the rates are even lower, and it's really serene up here midweek.
Yeah.
And really all year long. The place is so versatile. You can't see, but just off to our other side here, there's actually an entertainment, I guess, studio. What do you call it?
It's an entertainment center with, surround
Massage
sound.
chairs.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Get massages sitting in there. It's got good surround sound. It's a good place to just sit and watch a movie with the family or the friends, or we've had people have music awards parties and different stuff like that.
Business retreats. Sure. A lot of people come up for business retreats.
Wow, fantastic.
So versatile.
How now most of our viewers are probably watching this during the winter months right now is when these are going to be airing. So how far in advance does a weekend or weekday for that matter typically book up? How far ahead do they need to plan?
Well, the summer's already starting to book up, and
really?
As we're taping this, it's December 14th today?
Yeah.
And probably 30-40% of the summer's already reserved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good problem to have, isn't it?
Yeah.
Summer's definitely the most popular, but
snowmobiling, if you're a snowmobiler right now, you can go on. It's not terribly booked right now.
Right.
This is still quiet. A lot of people don't know about it so much in the wintertime, but it's definitely worth the stay.
Well, we're glad to have come up here, and we're glad that you guys had us, and we look forward to seeing you again next month up here at the Stay Spa here at Castle Rock Lake. Thank you so much, Fred and Kaya Bachman.
Thank you.
And thank you to all of our guests and our viewers. We're a Wisconsin family, and we'll see you next time.
The beat, clap your hands, let's